Okay, our first question is an opportunity for you to introduce yourself and explain why you are a candidate for the Oakland School Board.
Well, my name is Maximino Orozco, known as Max Orozco. I'm a parent of La Escuelita, and I've been involved in the stopping or fighting to stop all these school closures and fighting for a better school programs for our kids.
All right. Would you like to explain a little bit more about why you're running for school board?
But one of the reasons that I'm running for a school board is because at this moment, I don't feel we have a good representation on District 2 that will actually stop the closures. At this moment, what I have seen, it is people looking at this as a business and not as an opportunity to give a better education for us. I would like to be able to sit on this chair so I could fight for our students and our teachers so that we could have a better school system.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here's your next question. What current programs / proposals do you feel are successful? What would you keep and build on? What would you cut?
Wow, that is a really hard question. I do believe on bilingual programs, and that is not just Spanish, English, but we have different languages in the city of Oakland, and encourage more to teach our children, to give them the opportunity of kids that only know English to actually be able to learn a different language. Cutting programs, I really don't see myself cutting programs, just because we need every single program existing for our kids. So I don't really see myself on looking into cutting any program.
Thank you. And then, Kamisha, I don't know what you think, but it's kind of sounding a little bit choppy on my end. I don't know, Max, if you could turn off your camera, that might help.
Yeah, your screen is frozen.
Let me see, maybe if I turn off my video, that'll help.
Yeah, that's right here.
Okay. I don't know if did you hear us, Max?
Yes.
Okay, that we were just saying that it's kind of hard to hear you. It keeps freezing. So I don't know if we could try it like this with our videos off, but we might have to ask you to turn your video off.
Okay.
Okay, just so that we can hear you. So I'll let you know if your time is up though, okay?
Okay.
Question 3 is, will you commit to rejecting donations and support from privatization linked organizations such as Go Public Schools and the California Charter School Association?
Yes, I am a 100% public schools, and I want to keep all our public resources public. So I don't believe on privatization.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Here's your next question. What is the role of the school board? What is the role of an individual school board director? And what should the relationship be between the board and the superintendent?
Well, my belief is that the role of the board is to actually manage and control what happens on the district, that all the decisions that the district makes should be or should go through the actual board, so that the board could transfer that information to the public, and that way us as the public could actually make that decision and guide the district on the right direction, which it is a better education for our children.
Thank you. Next question is, do you commit to voting against any school closures? Other than school closures, what are 3 specific ways you can respond to possible funding shortfalls in the budget?
Well, I am, like I said, I've been fighting since we found out about the school closures this year. I've been fighting to stop the closures. I don't believe we need to cut schools in order to maintain our students with a high class education. One of the ways I think we could actually get these resources needed, it is stopping these high contracts. Actually having people or someone do the right job or their job the way it's supposed to be done, instead of granting all this extra money that could be going to our students.
Thank you.
Here's your next question. Could you describe some examples and sources of environmental racism in your district and say how they affected OUSD students, parents, and educators? What commitments can you make towards combating the disproportionate impacts of pollutant exposures on OUSD students, parents, and educators?
Well, at this moment, what I have seen, it is all these schools that are being closed, they are targeting primarily Latinos and Black. On this district, I did not see any schools on the hills where it's the majority are white being affected. I do think that we need to focus on bringing an equality opportunity for all our students to have access to all the programs. Actually, I forgot the last part on your question. I don't know if you can repeat that.
Sure. What commitments can you make towards combating the disproportionate impacts of pollutant exposures on OUSD students, parents, and educators?
And well, my focus, it is and will continue to be for our students to have the equal opportunity. As I have mentioned, I don't want no schools to be closed. If possible, I want to get the schools that have been closed this year to have them reopened, to bring our students back to those classrooms. And that way we could also have our teachers back. And yeah.
Thank you. The next question is, what do you see as the effects of charter schools on OUSD students? And what do you believe should be the relationship between OUSD and the charter sector?
Well, one of the things I believe it is that charter schools are slowly taking our classrooms, taking our students. And every time there's a public school close, that particular school has a 80% chance of becoming a charter. That being said, our students will be joining that school and our teachers will lose those jobs. I personally think that if there was to be a school close, or if we cannot stop these school closures, instead of having this charter schools being on different grounds, they could use one school. And that will give us the opportunity for those schools to have an extra program or different programs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here's your next question. How would you partner with the Oakland community, students, families, educators, classified staff, unions, community organizations, etc., around issues facing our schools, and in particular, when making controversial or difficult decisions?
Well, to start, as I have been since day one, I've been asking that community, what will be our next step? What I want to be pretty much that voice of that community on my district, be able for them to express their thoughts, to be able to express themselves through me to the district and to our fellow board members, so that we as a district, we as the people could make that decision. And I will try to influence that to my fellow board members if I am elected.
Lastly, would you like to add any closing remarks?
Yes, well, I want to say that we need to stand together, parents, teachers. We have to fight these closures. We all have to keep on fighting for a better education, which at the end of the day, it will make Oakland a better city. We need to stand together and stop all this privatization on this city. And hopefully we could also make that county-wise, statewide. So yes, stay together. We should all fight together and stay united.
Thank you.